We are here primarily to fulfill the mandate of the DPF, which is to spread public awareness about what it is that we do. For those who may not know, the DPF is an agency of government that comes in to provide protection to depositors up to 10 million shillings if a financial institution goes down. But this information is not yet widespread. And we are moving around the country, region by region, to let depositors know that, one, they need to keep their money in regulated financial institutions, because if anything happens, DPF comes in to pay you up to 10 million. Anything above the 10 million is taken care of by the liquidation process. And as we do this public awareness, we are approaching it in different clusters. Today we are meeting the RDCs, the CAOs, and the district leaders, political and technocrats across the Teso sub-region. Tomorrow we'll be meeting a select group of the public. We are also working to have radio programs. We had a Teso talk show. We are translating our messages into the local languages. And so we're going to have a lot of a presence in the region, primarily to encourage our depositors and the citizens to make sure that they keep their money in properly regulated financial institutions. That is where their money is safe. Because money under your bed, money in a pot, is not good money. Money is useful when it is in action. Money is safer when it is in a regulated financial institution. We don't want the stories of people coming to deceive our people in the villages, create circles, and disappear with their money. That is because they are not listening and taking their money to the rightful places.
The protected amount by the Deposit Protection Fund is up to 10 million. And this is what it means. If you have 4 million, you get 4 million when your bank fails, God forbid. If you have 9 million, you get 9 million. If you have 10, you get 10. If you have 11 million, you get 10 million. If you have 40 million, you get 10 million. If you have a billion, you get 10 million. Now, what happens to the rest of your money if you have more than 10 million? It becomes subject to the process of what we call liquidation. Bank of Uganda is by law the official liquidator of banks. Liquidation means the assets of the closed bank are sold, and the money that the liquidator gets is divided among liability holders, people who are owed by that bank, including the depositors, in proportion. So the rest of your money, or portion of the rest of your money, you get from the liquidator, not from DPF. DPF is what we call a stop-gap measure. At least get the 10 million when your bank fails or it's being closed, so that you don't get stranded. It's a cash flow management issue. And the rest of your money, or as much of the rest of your money as can be afforded by the liquidator, will be paid once the process of liquidation is complete.
Public needs to know that the Deposit Protection Fund protects you at the time your bank is closed. Of course, we do not expect your bank to be closed, but if that event happens and your bank is closed, that is when the Deposit Protection Fund comes in to protect you by paying up to 10 million of the money that you had in the bank. I must emphasize that the Deposit Protection Fund does not protect when the bank is operational. So, for example, if you go to the bank, withdraw the money, and you're robbed on the way, that one, because the bank is still operational, the Deposit Protection Fund does not come in. Only comes in one case, if your bank is closed by the Bank of Uganda. That one should be very clear to all of us. It's very important also for the depositors to learn their banks, to know their banks. Monitor the performance of your bank through financial statements, which the institutions are publishing in the newspapers. Every year, around April, you look at the newspapers, you will see financial statements of your bank. Don't use that statement to go and make sigiri and to put a maido, what? Read and see, is my bank making profits? What is its income? What are its expenses? So the public has to wake up and start knowing their banks. Very importantly also, the public must update their personal information with their bankers. This helps us to be able to pay you very fast in that unlikely event that your bank is closed. The DPF for sure has demonstrated that it protects the depositors. When we had 2 institutions closing last year, we paid more than 98% of those depositors fully. And the few who were holding money above that were handled by Bank of Uganda. who is the liquidator. And up to today, Bank of Uganda is handling those depositors who had monies above the 10 million. So to the public, continue banking with confidence, knowing that if you have money below the 10 million, you're fully protected. If you have money above the 10 million, have confidence in the financial institution that you're banking with.